Sarah, please reconsider letting me go to Florida. I really need to see my mom. I haven't seen her in a while, and she is hospitalized.
Amy, we have been through this. You can't go, okay? Who's going to handle the housework if you leave? Have you thought about that? I don't see why you have to go.
Please, I need to see my mom. Her condition is getting worse. The doctors say she might not have much time, so please, let me go.
This is what the doctors always say. They are just being dramatic.
Please, I need to go.
Your sister is there, isn't she? Let her handle it. Why do you have to go if she is there for her?
She is there, but she has been there alone for weeks now. She is the only one there right now, so she also needs support too. She must be exhausted, and I feel terrible that I am not there. I want to go support them.
I do not think you going there would do anything beneficial to them. It's not like you were a doctor.
Most importantly, I need to see my mother. Can't you understand that?
When I was young, my mother was sick too. I didn't abandon my responsibilities.
I'm not abandoning anything. I just want a few days to go back to Florida to see my mother.
A few days becomes a week, then a month. I know how these things go. Just don't. Even if you try to encourage her, she does not have much time left, does she? You need to be more realistic.
She is still fighting. The doctors say she is strong. If I go, that would be a motivation for her too. I need to do something. I must go see her before it's too late.
Whether you go or not will not change the outcome anyway. Instead of wasting money on plane tickets, why don't you take me out for sushi? That new place downtown has excellent reviews.
You are right that Mom might not have much time left, but she is still here and fighting. That is exactly why I want to see her while she's still alive. I want to talk to her while she's still conscious.
Do you remember when you became my daughter-in-law? I asked if you were ready for this commitment. This is what I'm talking about.
I remember that conversation. You made it clear I needed to prioritize family.
And yet here you are trying to run away at the first opportunity. So, if you remember what we talked about, you said yes, didn't you? Well, being ready means accepting that you might not get to see your parents in their final moments. Florida isn't exactly around the corner from Chicago. Plus, flights are expensive during tourist season.
Is that what you meant by commitment? But I'll pay for my own plane ticket if that is the concern.
Not just that, but you would be spending the money that could be spent on this household. And what about the housework? You promised to take care of the house. If you leave, who is going to clean the house and cook meals?
Michael can handle it. He is not a child, so I don't think we need to worry about him. Plus, it's only for a few days. It's not like I am leaving for good.
You think he can do it all? He can't even make a proper fried egg. What makes you think he can handle all the chores without you? Remember when he tried to do laundry last month? The entire house smelled like mildew. I don't think you should leave it to him.
Then could you help out too, Sarah? I promise I'll be back quickly.
Absolutely not. Why should I clean up after your selfish request? I raised my son alone. I never asked anyone for help, so don't expect any help from me.
About that commitment you mentioned, if Mom had suddenly passed away, I could accept it, but she's still alive. Can't you at least let me see her one last time?
If this was such an issue, you shouldn't have married my son. I was against this marriage from the start. I told Michael he should marry someone local, someone who understood family values. I knew marrying someone who is not from here would be a problem. See what you are doing right now? You are trying to leave all of your chores behind to go back there for your selfish reason.
Do you dislike me that much? I don't understand. Why are you so set on not letting me go back to my hometown?
What do you think? From day one, you've been trying to change how this household runs. You stole my precious son from me. Of course you are not my favorite people on the earth.
I didn't steal him from anyone. We're all living together, aren't we?
Living together doesn't mean anything. You've poisoned his mind. He used to tell me everything. Now he keeps secrets. So yeah, of course you stole him from me. He must have been out of his mind to marry some girl from Florida.
Sure, Florida isn't Chicago, but I'm proud of where I'm from.
What's there to be proud of? Just beaches and sand. No culture, no sophistication, just tourist traps.
There are plenty of direct flights from Chicago to Florida. The schedule is very convenient.
That's not the point. You're always looking for ways to escape your duties here. Even with direct flights, you'd be away for at least 2 days.
I promise, it's just a few days. I'll be back quickly. Besides, how messy do you think the house will get in 2 days?
2 days is more than enough time for everything to fall apart, so no, you can't go back to Florida. Stop being so selfish and just go make dinner. I don't have time to talk about this nonsense. And don't overcook the rice like last time.
Michael, I need to talk to you.
What's wrong? Did something happen with Mom again?
Yeah, she has been unreasonable, to say the least. I am so stressed. She won't even let me explain anymore. Just shuts me down immediately before I even explain. She won't even hear me out. I am devastated.
This is getting out of hand. I'm sorry. What did she say this time?
I asked to visit my mom in Florida again. You know how she is not doing well, and I need to see her before her condition gets any worse.
Yeah, but she's still refusing to let you go? She is aware of what the doctors said about her, right?
She acted like the doctors were making it up.
I'm sorry about that.
I even told her the fact my mom is hospitalized and I haven't seen her in a while. She thinks there is no point for me to see her because the outcome will be the same if I go there or not. Can you believe that?
That's horrible. I'm so sorry. She has no idea how her words hurt people. And for some reason, she's especially harsh with you.
Well, we both know she doesn't like me. She keeps bringing up how I'm not from Chicago. Like that matters. I don't understand that. Why would she care where I'm from or the fact that I'm not local here?
I don't know why she's like that. I am sorry for making you go through this.
She brought up that whole commitment thing again. Like, yeah, I knew Florida was far from Chicago. I knew it would be hard to rush back if something happened to Mom. I was prepared for that.
Oh, the commitment speech again? She gave me that one too when I wanted to study abroad. She was the main reason I didn't go.
Yeah, she did. I understand how I can't be there for emergency situations, but this is different. Mom is still alive and in the hospital. You understand that, right? Usually, people would visit in this situation, but she doesn't get that. Or she just hates me and wants me to suffer.
Of course they would. It's completely normal for you to want to go back home. I wish you could too.
Me too. I would go, but if I force the issue, she'll probably make my life even more miserable. So I don't know what to do. I'm so tired of being treated like this. She already hints that she'll throw my things out again.
Yeah, she'd hold it against you forever.
You know how she treats me like I'm her private housekeeper? She was complaining about who is going to take care of all the housework while I'm gone. She is just unbelievable. Honestly, she just enjoys making me miserable. I know she is enjoying this right now. She doesn't care if my own mother is in the hospital.
I hear her on the phone with Aunt Linda sometimes bragging about how she keeps you in line.
Recently, she's been getting worse. Maybe you could talk to her? Ask her to stop interfering?
I don't know if that would help. Last time I tried, she cried for 3 days straight.
I know, I'm not really expecting anything, but I am just out of ideas on how to go about this matter. Whatever you say, she won't listen. If anything, she'll probably just be harder on me if she thinks I complain to you. Remember when you defended me at Thanksgiving?
I can't just do nothing, though. It kills me watching her treat you like this. I am so sorry.
I'm not disappointed in you or anything. I just know that when you stand up to your mom, things get worse. Remember last time when you asked her to stop being mean to me? She had a complete meltdown. She threw all my stuff in the yard, got it covered in mud, and the neighbors. God, the looks they gave me. I never want to go through that again. Mrs. Peterson still crosses the street when she sees me.
I'm so sorry. Mom's always been intense, but she's gotten worse with age. Moving in with her was a mistake. We should have stuck to our original plan of getting our own place.
It's okay. I understand why we had to move in. She has health issues, and you're her only son. I agree to it. But right now, my mom needs to be the priority. Let's figure out how to handle your mom later. At least your mom's health has improved since we moved in.
When we moved in, I never thought she'd be so cruel about not letting you visit your mom. She made it sound like she just needed help with groceries and cleaning. I'll keep working on Mom, try to convince her carefully about the Florida trip. I don't know what exactly to say, but let's see. Maybe if I mention how it reflects on her to the relatives. Man, all this stress is making me crave sweets. I want cake.
Okay, I'll grab some from that bakery by the station. We can eat it together after your mom goes to bed. Do you want the chocolate one you like?
That place is always sold out by evening, and they're closed tomorrow, so we'd have to wait till the day after.
We could try that new place on Oak Street.
Wait, aren't we supposed to go out to dinner the day after tomorrow? Didn't Mom invite you? She said there was a restaurant she wanted to try, and I figured it was for all of us.
What? She hasn't said anything to me about dinner.
Really? Okay, maybe she's probably planning to exclude you again. I'll tell her I won't go without you.
No, don't turn it down. You should go with her. Maybe you can bring up my mom's situation when she's in a good mood.
I can't just leave you out. I can't just go out with her while you're home alone. That would be so wrong.
It's fine, really. I want to call my sister anyway, so it will be nice to have the house all to myself for a few hours. Just focus on keeping her in a good mood. I need you to change her mind somehow, so keep her happy. I'll try asking about Florida again when the timing's right.
All right, I'll try my best. If I can change her mind on it, I'll let you know. I'm sorry she's making you go through this. I know you want to see your mom, and I want you to go there too. I'm sorry my mom is making it so hard on this matter. I apologize.
Thank you. She's going to be in a good mood, so hopefully you talking to her will get her to reconsider. I know it is hard for you to talk to her, but please, I really need to go see my mother.
I know. Like I said, I want that for you too. I will talk to her. I'll even compliment her new curtains. That'll make her super happy.
Thanks, babe. I'll grab some treats from the convenience store on my way home. We can have our own little sweets tasting party. They have those new matcha cookies you wanted to try.
Sounds good. Looking forward to it. I love how kind you are, you know. I hope you know that I appreciate you for everything. I am sorry I'm pretty useless when it comes to my own mother. Even with everything Mom puts you through, you are still nice and kind. Thank you for putting up with her.
It's okay. I love you, so I am trying my best to make it work. We can figure it out together.
Yeah, I love you too, more than anyone else in my life.
Amy, we are going out for dinner tonight. Did I tell you? I forgot to invite you. How about you? What are you eating all alone tonight? We are having delicious Italian food here. This is such a great place. I will bring you here next time. The pasta here is much better than that frozen stuff you make. You should learn to cook proper Italian food.
Sarah, my mother passed away. My sister just called. Her condition suddenly changed this afternoon. She was talking to my sister yesterday, but this afternoon, she lost consciousness. And then...
Oh, really? Well, these things happen. I told you visiting would not change anything.
She was asking for me yesterday. Do you know how painful this is? I let her down.
Well, that is what happens when you live far from family. You made your choice when you married my son.
I need to go back to my mother's funeral. You will allow that at least, right?
A funeral? That means you would have to leave for a week or so. Have you planned anything yet?
Not exactly. I am just a mess right now. I know I want to leave as soon as I can, though.
Yeah, but for how long? Is it going to be just for a few days? I'm just thinking of who is going to clean and cook.
Sarah, please. It's my mother's funeral. I am going no matter what you say. I am so angry at myself for not going to see her when she was alive. I am not missing her funeral. I am planning to help my sister too, so I will be staying there for a while.
Well, if you divorce my son, you can go. If you are not my daughter-in-law anymore, you can do whatever you want. But as long as you are, then you need to respect me and my decision. You need to prioritize us first, not your family back in Florida.
So, let me understand this. You want me to divorce your son?
Yes, I need you to divorce him if you want to go away. Then you're free to do whatever you want.
You're right. I should prioritize my family. Fine, then I'll get divorced. I will file for it.
Wait, are you serious? Do you mean that? You'd really choose your dead mother over my son?
I'm serious. You're telling me I can leave if I'm not part of this family anymore. I completely understand. I'll divorce Michael and return to Florida if that means I get to say goodbye to my mother. You finally got what you wanted. I hope you're happy about this.
You'll really get divorced? How wonderful! This day can't get any better. I knew you weren't committed to this family.
So, you are okay with that, right? We agreed, Current? I can just go?
Of course I am. If you are gone, I'll manage the housework somehow. From now on, my son and I will support each other. Oh, this is perfect. Just like we did before you came along. I will make sure he is taken care of.
I see. Fine.
I can finally have my son back. This is great. We can go back to our Sunday brunch. I never thought it would end like this. What a relief that I will not have to see your face anymore. I will explain everything to my son, so don't worry about anything and just leave. I will tell him how you abandoned him.
I understand. Then I will leave the rest to you.
Yes, leave it to me. I will make sure to explain how you chose your family over us. How you were never really part of our family.
Whatever you say, I am sick of being treated like trash. I am going to go pack my stuff now. I will handle the divorce paperwork and all, so you two don't have to worry about that either.
Oh, really? Thank you. I always knew you would leave eventually. Florida girls can never handle Chicago winters anyway.
I will make sure everything is properly arranged.
Just make sure you are gone before we get home. I will comfort him once you are gone.
You are getting exactly what you wanted, Sarah.
Finally, someone who understands. I have waited 3 years for this day. I must go celebrate.
I am sure you will be very happy. Thanks for everything.
Oh, we will be very happy. Michael and I always were very happy. Do not forget to leave your house key.
I will leave it on the table. If I leave anything behind, please tell Michael to mail it to me.
How is being single back home? The funeral must be over by now. The house is so peaceful without you. I have my spare room back and I am loving it. Michael has not even mentioned your name.
hello, Sarah. Thanks to you, things have settled down a bit, though there is still lots to do. I am really happy to be back here.
Michael seems eager to forget about you. I think I packed up all of your things right away, threw everything out. Must really want to forget about you. He must hate you now. He was always good at following my advice. I am so happy you left him.
So, the house must feel bigger now then. I am glad you have your space back.
We rearranged everything already. Your little decorations were always so tacky to me, so I took them all down. Everything is perfect now. I can finally enjoy my peaceful life. Who would have thought you would actually divorce my son? Now I can spend my golden years in peace. I am redecorating his room tomorrow, getting rid of all those photos too.
Well, I am busy now. I really do not have time to text you.
Why are you so cold? We used to be family. I thought you would want to know how we were doing.
I am glad you are happy to have your house back all to yourself. Enjoy the quiet, peaceful life.
Are you implying something?
Like I said, I am busy now. I'm going to get married again.
What kind of joke is this? You are remarrying again this quick? What happened to you? Who is this guy?
I am remarrying your son again. Don't you understand what remarriage means? Or should I explain it more slowly?
What? You abandoned my son. What are you talking about? I do not really understand what is happening now. This is impossible. What exactly are you trying to do?
Well, I have already prepared all the paperwork. I just need to submit it.
What do you mean? I do not understand. He would not dare. Answer me. What are you doing?
Let me explain then. I am remarrying your son. We signed the papers together today. Did you know it is actually easier to remarry the same person than to marry someone new? We are starting over.
That is impossible. Michael's not in Florida. He said he had a business trip, and he is not there. I do not believe whatever you say. He called me this morning. Stop making up a lie.
Oh, I am sorry to disappoint you, but he is here with me. Would you like to know how long he has been here? Would you like me to send some selfies of us?
You are lying. Explain yourself. If he is really there, put my son on the phone right now.
Mom, please do not talk to Sarah the way you're talking to her. I'm sorry I lied about the business trip, but I'm here with her. I'm not in Chicago anymore.
Why are you with that woman? Come home right now. You do not lie to your mother. I will book you a flight immediately if I have to. Come home now.
No, I don't need you to book me a flight. I am not coming back to Chicago. I'm staying here. I'm not coming back.
What nonsense are you talking about? What about your job? What about everything you have here? Your life is in Chicago. What about them?
No, I already left my job, so I have nothing left there.
You quit? You are really going to remarry that woman? Why? After she abandoned you? She left you, don't you remember?
Well, Amy already prepared the paperwork. We're submitting it now. We're getting back together.
That woman abandoned you for her mother. She chose her dead mother over you. How can you do this to yourself?
Actually, right after Amy left for Florida, she texted me. She told me to make a choice, stay with you or follow her. She wanted to see if I could give up everything for her.
So she manipulated you. She planned this all along.
No, Mom. You manipulated me for years.
You can't possibly do that. Abandoning your mother. How could you do something so terrible after everything I have sacrificed for you?
I can. Amy means everything to me. I know I'm not very reliable, but I wanted to prove my commitment to her. I couldn't let this last chance she gave me slip away. I should have done this years ago. I didn't know better.
This can't be happening. Wake up! Your home is here. You need to come home. Everything you love is here.
No, my home is wherever Amy is. Whether it's Chicago or Florida, I don't care as long as I'm with her.
She'll leave you again. You are going to regret this.
Amy's decided she's not coming back to Chicago, so I'm following her.
You are choosing that woman over your own mother? Your flesh and blood? Are you serious right now? Have you lost your mind?
You keep saying that woman, but Amy is the most important person in my life. No other woman would accept someone as indecisive and unreliable as me. And being with Amy just feels right. You must understand that, Mom.
I understand nothing.
How can I be happy living with someone who constantly hurts the woman I care about? Even when I asked you to stop, you wouldn't listen. I'm sorry, but living with you is painful. Every day was like watching you torture her. You bullied her for so long, and I let that slide too. I was a terrible husband to her, but she never gave up on me.
That is not true. Everything I have done has been for you. She turned you against me.
No, Mom. You just wanted to control everything. You never really thought about what I wanted. You never even asked what I wanted.
What an ungrateful thing to say. Come home right now. I'll forget you said these horrible things.
Mom, I'm ashamed to have you as my mother. You have been unbelievably mean to her. It's embarrassing how I never did anything to protect her.
Ashamed? How dare you say that to your mother, you ungrateful son? Fine, I don't consider you my son anymore. This is just some stranger's business now. Don't bother coming back to this house. You'll regret this. You little snake! When did you start plotting this? How long have you been poisoning my son's mind?
Please don't say plotting. While you thought you were controlling your son, we actually had a relationship built on trust. That's why he chose me, even in this situation. He chose me because you never trusted him.
You bewitched my precious son, you witch! You've ruined everything! You stole my son!
Your son simply loves me. That's all there is to it. He's been busy these past few days in Chicago, preparing everything, sending our things to Florida. It must have been hard doing it alone. Of course, he did throw some things away. He's thoughtful, you know? He wanted to minimize your burden, so he got rid of as much as he could.
If he was really thoughtful, he wouldn't abandon me. A good son wouldn't do this.
That was his last act of kindness to you.
There's nothing kind about this. Give me back my son. You've stolen him completely now.
Give you back? He is not a thing. He is a human, and he knows what he is doing. He doesn't need you to control him anymore. He is an adult. You need to leave him his life.
You can't take him away. I won't allow it. I'll come to Florida myself.
Again, I didn't take him away. He chose to come to me on his own. You tried to ruin the precious time I had left with my mother with your cruel games. So now you've lost all the precious time you could have had with your son. That is all. You did this to yourself, Sarah.
This isn't over.
Yes, it is. Goodbye, Sarah. After that, Michael and I started living in my mom's old house in Florida. I never miss visiting Mom's grave on her monthly Memorial Day. I help out at my aunt's restaurant in the neighborhood, and Michael found a new job. We're talking about renovating the house into a guest house someday. I was worried about how Michael, a born and raised Chicago guy, would adapt to a new place. But his easygoing personality seems to fit perfectly with the relaxed atmosphere here. If anything, he seems more alive than he ever did in Chicago. We hear about Sarah's situation from relatives. Apparently, she went into a rage at first, throwing tantrums that no one could handle. But gradually, the loneliness overtook the anger, and she started losing her spirit. Now, I hear she's become quite subdued. I guess when loneliness becomes overwhelming enough, it can tame even the fiercest beast.